Well, this weekend we're up here at the Silverlake sand dunes. It's usually a really fun time. This year I got my parents to come up here. They brought my 1-ton JK, and they're gonna be wheeling around with us. So last night we got up here, got our trail passes, got the flags on and everything, decided to go for a spin. I forgot the camera. And what happens when you forget the camera? Carnage. So I was making a lap around the sand dunes and you know, just learning the dunes again, because it always changes every year. I come off of a little lip. It looked like a little lip, and turned out it was like a 4 to 6 foot drop, and wasn't expecting it. I should have been going way faster than I was. When it dropped, it took a nosedive and it pounded the front axle into the chassis pretty hard. Ended up breaking this thing pretty good. It shoved all that stress right through the lower control arms and into the tubing and stuff that it was attached to, and it blew out that tube. When it did that, it rotated the axle up and it caused all kinds of problems. I'll take a look over here and show you. All right, here we go. Underneath here, this is the lower control arm, and it shoved all that stress through, ended up ripping a 188 wall tube right here, and over here, and on that side. And it shoved all of this back probably about 4 inches. You can see this tab and stuff was normally facing out this way. It rotated that thing all the way up, jammed it up into the transfer case. When it did all of this, it pushed things around pretty bad up front. Ripped the drive shaft off because the pinion's now looking up at the sky. And since the pinion rotated up, broke this brand new drive shaft I just put in there right before this trip. So that's no fun. Looks like we'll be ordering another one of those. And unfortunately, when the pinion rolled up like that, ended up hitting the engine. So you can see everything's tweaked up like this. Pinion went right through the oil pan, and it gouged out part of the block too, so I'm not quite sure the extent of the damages in there yet. So I'm on the down and outs now. Looks like I'll be riding passenger for a while, and that's no fun. I got a lot of repairs to do when I get this thing back home to the shop. Pretty disappointing driving 6.5 hours. You get up here and break it on the first day. But these things happen. It's part of wheeling, and I'm sure that there's some more damages that I'll uncover once we get into there. I'm hoping that that pinion didn't hit the rotating assembly when it was running. It was shut off pretty fast, so we'll find out when I get it all apart, but I'm not going to try and do anything to it at this point. The starter's even mangled upwards. I think I bent the starter bolts because the engine cage that comes down around there is shoved back. It actually hit the starter when it moved that 4 inches. So. But that's that. We're going to enjoy the rest of the weekend and do some other stuff for a little while, and then we'll be out at the dunes later today, and we'll run the JK around for a while. So. Alright, I'm working on those dune repairs, trying to get this thing all fixed up. Been working hard at it. Got a new cross member in here that's way stronger than the last thing. Ended up swapping out the 188 wall round tube and went with a 2x4 quarter wall stick of tube here, and it's beefy. I bet you this thing's got to be, you know, 4 or 5 times as strong as at least. Probably gusset it still, just got the tabs in and everything's hanging right now, so at least it's back into position. So now that I can actually lift this thing up and down safely, decided to pull the oil pan and check out the carnage under there. So in the oil pan, you can see all the chunks of the pan and some pieces that broke off. So we're looking up at the bottom of the engine here, and you can see the damage here. The windage tray is smashed up in. I'm hoping that that is what is stopping the rotation. I tried rotating the engine over by hand, and for some reason it will stop partway through the stroke. So
If it's just a windage tray that's blocking that, then we're going to find out here soon. But you can see the damage on the block here. This would have to be welded and then ground flush so that the oil pan could then seal again. Not sure if that's going to be something that's possible in a timely manner, or if I'm just going to go ahead and replace this engine and fix it at a later date, saving this one for a future project. We'll see. But I'm going to keep moving along on this, and we'll see how far we get today. I'm hoping that I can get this thing to just rotate over by hand, and we can then worry about some damages. But all right, the good news is I was able to rotate the engine all the way around after I got the windage tray off. So that's awesome. We know that there's no real damage up against there when the pinion went through the bottom of the engine. The bad news is I got to repair this sealing surface where the oil pan goes, and it's gouged out pretty good. I'm wishing I could just RTV that thing and seal it up, but I think it's a little worse than that. I think I might have to try and weld that. I'm not sure if I could accomplish that in here, or if I'm gonna have to take this whole engine out. So I'm gonna do some tinkering to try and figure that out, and I'm gonna try and source the new windage tray. This one stud should look like these, so I'm gonna pull that out, see if I can get a replacement for that. And then I think I saw that oil pan for about 500 bucks on Summit Racing, so I'll check to see if that looks like the best price I could find. And I definitely want one of those factory oil pan gaskets, because that thing was a really nice gasket, and compared to some of the things I've seen come from the auto parts store. So we'll see if I can go that route and get this thing to seal up. If I can get it to seal up, I think we're gonna be back in business. So I'm gonna work on that, let you know what happens. All right, got some parts in from Summit Racing. They sent over a new windage tray for me here, and I got an oil pan, and was working with some JB Weld to smooth out that gouge in the block. Ended up working out pretty good. It's nice and smooth here now. Got a straight edge to go across that thing, and no gaps, so it's looking good. I filed it with a flat file for a little while, getting it all dialed in, but should be able to get the pickup tube on the oil pan and then put some oil in this thing. Might be able to fire it up, see if everything's all right. It rotates over by hand, so that's good. But working away here, it's like 90 something degrees outside today, so I got the shop closed up trying to trap in as much cool air for a little while as possible. And eventually it's gonna get hot in here. It would be nice to have air conditioning, but for the few weeks a year that I'm actually in the shop during the summertime, probably not worth the expense. But I'm gonna keep plugging away, and hopefully this thing's running here shortly. All right, this thing's moving along. I got the oil pan all installed, and she's just about together. I'm gonna have to go pick up some fresh oil. I don't think I have enough here, but the drive shaft is on its way to Tom Woods. It should arrive in another day or so, and then they're gonna try and put it all back together for me. It was in 3 pieces from this Carnage. So it was brand new with like 2 miles on it when it got to the last adventure, and it just didn't make it because the axle moved like crazy. So we'll see how they do putting it back together. If not, I'll just have them build us a new one. It is what it is. So I'm gonna go grab some oil and see if this thing will fire up. All right, I got the dash halfway rigged up in this thing so that I can at least see the oil pressure right now. I'm gonna try and test fire it. I hit the start button without the fuel on or anything, and it did rotate the motor over, so the starter seems good. It took an impact from the engine cage when it got smashed, so I was curious if that was even gonna work, so that's good news. So I'm going to turn the fuel pump on and crank this thing again for the first time since we crashed it good, and find out if it works. Probably won't leave it running long. It's really hot outside, trying to keep it closed up in here.
right, I got this thing going just in time for 4th of July weekend. I don't know where I'm gonna go wheeling yet, but I'm looking forward to getting back out there. I put a lot of hours in this thing, and I threw in even an old bent front drive shaft while I wait for the new one to come in. It's in there and it's working for right now, but a new one should be here in a couple days. But I took it to a picnic last night and cruised around through the woods, hit a few mud trails. So I was just putting some miles on this thing. Drove it around this morning, hit a couple local spots, and it seems like everything's working great. So I can't wait to get back out there and do some more wheeling. Looking forward to 4th of July weekend. I don't know where I'm going yet, but super excited to get out there and do some wheeling. Let me know where you guys are headed. I'll see you on the trail.